With many states already starting to reopen, we're getting a glimpse of what the new normal will be following the coronavirus pandemic. Things we're so used to, like hugs and shaking hands, no longer acceptable. And this morning, we're joined by international etiquette and culture expert Sharon Schweitzer, explaining new manners that you may want to consider. Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you, Leslie.
And let's just go through some of your topics. First of all, you say it's okay to ask for space now.
That's right. It is okay to ask for space. In the U.S., we are a very direct culture. We don't beat around the bush. So if you feel like your space is being invaded and someone steps within that 6 feet that is now mandated, it is fine for you to say, excuse me, I am following the social distancing rules, and I feel like you are stepping within that 6 feet. So if you don't mind, I'm going to back up, or I'm going to ask you to step to the side. This happened to me at the drugstore, and someone walked right up into my space and put things on the counter there at the register. And I had to ask that person to please follow the rules and to step back. So that's fine for us to do. You don't want to do that in a harsh voice, but
Sure.
you do want to let people know.
Okay, a lot of people are getting out of the house, going for a walk, walking your pet. What is etiquette if somebody wants to pet your dog?
Well, unless you have a leash that is more than 6 feet, maybe a 10-foot leash, and that dog is way out on the 10-foot leash, it's probably going to be very difficult for you to have them pet your dog if your dog is right up next to you, because Fluffy doesn't understand the rules of social distancing. So Fluffy is going to want to go right up to everyone else and get petted, because Fluffy doesn't understand the news, and the media has done a really good job of letting everyone know what the rules are. So you're probably going to have to let someone know, hey, right now is not a really good time for me to let you come within this 6 foot distance and pet Fluffy.
Okay.
But as soon as you're allowed to do that, I am more than happy for you to pet Fluffy. But from now, why don't we just kind of wave from afar?
All right, what about putting on a mask? It's not mandatory in Louisiana yet.
Well, you know, putting on a mask, it's really tough to ask someone to do that. And it's not mandatory yet, so what you can do is make a personal decision. And if you want to wear a mask, great. But some people may not wear a mask because they have a respiratory illness, they have claustrophobia, they may have COPD, and they may not be able to wear a mask. So even though you may make the personal decision to wear a mask, you don't know that you want to ask someone else to put one on, because there may be health reasons involved that are not apparent from their physical outward appearance.
All right, we only have about a minute left, but we want to talk about changing RSVP from yes to no, and greetings. We can't hug and shake hands anymore.
Well, that's right. You can't do that anymore. And we may see a big cultural revolution, because it only takes 21 days to change a habit. So we may see the handshakes and our hugs in the South really change. In terms of an RSVP, if you have RSVP'd yes to a wedding or a major event, and COVID has occurred in the interim, you may have to change your RSVP to a no, but send the host a quick note and let them know you really regret that you can't attend, but you think it's best for all if you don't.
That's a great idea. And we're out of time, but I did want to mention that you say if you have to tip in cash, just put it in an envelope with a nice thank you note.
That's right. That's the best way to do it. Leave it on your front doorstep or tip on the credit card. But either way, make sure they know that you appreciate them and their efforts.
Thank you so very much. This has been so helpful. We appreciate it. Dave?